We're going to start with 38127. It's Frayser, Frayser. Frayser is one of the first, historically, it was one of the first community subdivisions that was developed. I believe it was in the 50s.
Yeah.
If my mind is right, 40s and 50s.
Post-war stuff.
That's right. And the city went up north and it started in Frayser. It was a premier area, and that's why it's holding now, I believe. The brick homes.
Very well built.
Yeah, very well built. So a lot of that is holding up. Let's give you some Frayser numbers now. From January 1 of 21 to June 30th of 21, there were 561 sales. 1,200 square feet was the average. 60,000 was the average sales price. From January 1, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, that's gone up.
That's gone up. From January 1 of 22 to June 30th of 22, 598 sales.
Okay, so it was
1,229 square feet, just a tad up. 76,832.
Yeah.
That percentage jump is 6.6%, and the average price jump was 28.5%.
Yep. 30%, 25, 30%.
Price increase,
which we saw
from this time last year to right now.
Yes.
We saw every bit of it, and I'm still holding true from an opinion standpoint on Frayser that anything west of Highway 51 is still risky. I'm not going to tell you that you can't make that work. I used to come on here and say, forget it. No chance. Right. Stay away. You're never going to make it work. I will say that it's in the southern part of that. So if you're west of 51, the southern part of that western part is better than the northern part of it. Yeah. The southern part, there's been some...
it's more attached to the city.
Yes.
North Haven and that, when you get out there, it's just kind of off the beaten path, where the southern southwestern part is still attached, and it's not. I mean, you just skip down Whitney and around, and you're downtown.
You're downtown.
So,
it's 5-10 minutes from a downtown trip. Tell me a little bit about, so that's sales standpoint.
So, and I would say that I would say part of that too is that neighborhood has transitioned from a owner occupant neighborhood to maybe, I don't have the stats on absentee owners, but probably a predominantly renter-based neighborhood. So it's transitioned. So it's probably of it. It's better. Exciting things are happening out there.
Yeah.
So on the western side, or back on the eastern side, in the western side of Raleigh, where they meet, there's the Nike and the Amazon and stuff.
Yes.
But from a property management standpoint, as you know, it's one of the big rental areas of Memphis.
Yes.
Manage hundreds of rental properties out there. Rents are have increased. They're touching $1,000. It's still mostly under $1,000 out there. You might find a big 3.2, a 4.2 that might get over $1,000, but it's probably going to be in that still $700, $800, $900 range.
Yes.
Depending on a 2.1 to a 3.2.
Yes. And one thing you and I spoke about that we'll say several times during these podcasts is that those $700 and $800 tenants from a rental standpoint 2 years ago were $500 to $650 tenants. So you can, although your rent's going up a little bit, I still think your tenant base is,
they're making more money. They've gotten whatever. The prices of the homes have increased. Go a little bit. I would say they've almost caught up more. They've probably increased more than the rents have, such that you're closer to that 1% rule in Frayser. Although you might be able to get a $800 rental for a $70,000, $75,000 price.
Yes,
maybe
if you search and you look long enough.
But you're not having to pay $100,000 for $800 rent.
No, and I wouldn't suggest it over there. I just don't think you have to do that. I think there's plenty of brick homes that are 3.1 or better. 1,100 square feet. You can just see the data. I mean, I just told you it's 1,200 square feet.
Yep.
3.1, 3.1.5, 3.2. I mean, all those are going to rent all day long.
All day long.
I've got a couple up there. I know you've got a few up there.
Yes.
So anything east of Highway 51, I am extremely confident in. Yeah. Try to stay with a brick home. Anything west of Highway 51, I'm still telling you to use some caution. I'm a little softer on my stance on it. So I still think you can make it work. Before we dive in any further, guys, Chandler Reports is the data source for all of this. ChandlerReports.com. Please go to their website. You can.
They've got some free data out there. They have
excellent. Some free data, and then for not very much money, you can get all of the data. This is every transaction in the city of Memphis, whether it's through an agent or through it's just an arm's length transaction.
Put appraiser data in there. It's excellent data for sure.
It's extremely in depth. So I would encourage you to visit ChandlerReports.com. All right, so that's 38127. Anything different on there before we wrap it up? Anything
No,
just wild?
No, I've been driving up there a lot recently,
Yeah.
and it is just a solid rental neighborhood.
Yes. And
has been for years and years, and most likely will be for years and years.
So if
Don't
you
see anything drastically changing,
no, hadn't in forever.
not in the 20 plus years I've been driving up there.
No. So if you have any questions on 127, let me know. But I'm east, I'm still fine. West, use some caution, and those numbers are exactly what we thought they would be.